Hey everybody, and welcome. Here I'm going to be showing you how to go about registering and playing in one of my Rocket League tournaments. So the rules have changed a bit from the last one, and if there's ever any changes in the future, once again, I will be making a new tutorial on YouTube as well as posting like the common rules, or not the common rules, but all the rules here so you can read it, or you can watch the tutorial that you are watching right now. So let's just get right into it. So the first thing that you're obviously going to need to do is find yourself a teammate, and then once you do that, you're going to go over to challenge. Now, I already have an account. It's very simple. I think anyone could figure out how to make an account. Just go through that process, pause the video, and then come back, and then we'll show you what to do next. So assuming that you have done that now, what you're going to want to do next is register a new team with challenge. So I click that. Team name, I'm just going to call it Belbadour, and then I'm going to figure out my username and my teammate's name real quick. Okay, so now I have both people that are in the team's usernames inserted here. This is simply so that your opponents and myself know who is playing and what their usernames is, in case we need to talk to, if you need to talk to your opponents and they don't know who's exactly on the team. It just makes it a lot simpler for doing that. Now you can choose an avatar. It's simply cosmetic, but I'm going to find one real quick. Now I just found a picture of Rocket League cars just to have it there. Website, that is for if you have a website. I'm assuming most of you don't, so you don't need to do that, but if you really want to insert that, you can. Description is also not necessary unless you want to have a description about what your team is or anything like that. And now we just hit save, and you now have your team. The profile picture is right up there. Now what you're going to want to do is add your teammate to the team. So all you have to do is click here, add username or by email. So since I'm on my MyPixels account, I'm going to be adding my Sir Oswin account by email or by username, but I just remember my email better than the username. We will click add. He's right there on the list, and you can have your... So now he's right there on the list. Your friend should get a message on email, or there should be a notification that pops up here. Okay, so now we are on my Oswin account. So if we go to the drop down, click on teams, we can see that Belbadour is right there. We're both a part of the team. And now I can go back to my main account and continue with the process. So now that we're sure that our teammate was added and everything, we can go back to the tournament page and register our team. So here we are at my Testing Rocket League tournament. And as you can see, it's right here. My team name, and it's the only team I have, so that's how it shows up, and I can sign up. So you can see right here you have your teams. There it is, Belbadour. Now if we go over here to the bracket, it's not going to show up quite yet because we need at least one more team to register. So I'm going to get a fake team added real quick. So as you can see here, I have just added a test team just by manually adding it via my side. And you can see that Belbadour is going to go up against test. And since there's only two teams, the bracket is extremely small. But once people come into the tournament, it will start to fill up and there will be more games. You're all set up on challenge now. So the last thing you have to do to register your team is simply come into the Rocket League chat. This is just a temporary chat, that's why this is in here, so don't worry about that. But come in here, ping Rocket League staff, tell us your name, and that is basically it for registering. The reason you have to do this, and to mention as well why you have to add your names again, is simply so that I can keep track of everyone and it goes smoothly. When it's game time, you are required to communicate with your opponents and make a chat with them so they can be on the same page and everything, and make the game, because I can't make the games for everyone. It would be great if I can have everyone here 20 minutes before the tournament starts. And unlike the first tournament that I hosted, there isn't going to be a set amount of time that really there has to be a games, but there will be a maximum of 20 minutes between the games. That does not include the time spent playing the games. That's because there's most likely going to be best of threes in the future, so that would be kind of odd if it included the game time, because some games may take longer because it's 3 games, some may take 2 games, or so on and so forth. Once you think you have connected with your opponents and everything, you can go into Rocket League, create private match. Whatever the settings that are stated in the Discord, so for instance, team size to normal settings, don't change anything, don't add bots. Team settings, you can really change these, I guess there's just colors. And for servers, just use whatever server you all agree upon that works best for you, because I know some will work better US East and some will be better US West, and maybe there would be people that are in Europe or so on and so forth. So just pick the best server for you. Name password, just name it something that you can share with your opponents and your teammates so that everyone can join. And for the stadium, this can be something that you all decide on your own. I don't particularly have any care on what stadium you use. It's all just personal preference on that one for you guys. And then create match. Obviously, have a name for it and a password. Invite your team and invite your opponents and play the game. Now, since there isn't going to be any setup with chats anymore, and it's just going to be all on your own and you have to make your own chats, you are going to have to be more on the challenge page and looking at the bracket. Now, the bracket it's a lifetime bracket, so it does update quite often. If it doesn't and you don't see any updates, like if you moved on, say, test, or say your team won and test went down there and you went to another game, that didn't happen, just refresh the page or whatever you need to do and just see which team you're going to be playing against. See if you can get in a private chat with them. If you're ever having troubles with communicating with your opponents, just go into one of the designated chats in the Discord server and ask for help, or just try to get their attention so that you can play your game. I hope this video tutorial was helpful alongside of the written instructions. I know that some people work better with just videos. Personally, I do, and some with just written down stuff. So you have the option to do either or both. And if you have any questions, legit, whatever it is, just ask the staff or myself. I'm the staff, so ask me. And I will try to help you as soon as I possibly can. Thanks for coming to Mighty Pixels and being a part of our tournaments. It really means a lot, and I hope you always have a good time. And until next time.